Yes, welcome back. We were introduced to number approximation and rounding off of decimal numbers, right? We did the first episode where we were introduced to how to find the decimal places or count decimal places in a number or a figure, right? So with that being said, let's move to the next page or next episode in this particular chapter or video where examiner may change the grammar, right? Instead of telling you, asking you to correct to 2 decimal places, correct to 3 decimal places, they may change the grammar or the English and just tell you to find the 10th decimal place or the 5th, the 100th decimal place, right? The 1000th decimal place or 10,000th decimal places, right? So we have changed the grammar. It's the same thing. Like I said always from the beginning of this chapter that sometimes, right, English or math is basically English. So if you don't understand whatever English is said, you wouldn't be able to solve or do this math, right? So in the first one, we're just introduced to the raw English where correct to the first decimal place, correct to the second decimal places, or correct to 2 decimal places. That is the normal English or grammar. Now another examiner may ask you to what? Correct to the 10th decimal places or 100th decimal places, 1,000 decimal places, right? So this is what we are going to look at. Now, we are saying that rounding off numbers to the nearest 10th, 100th, 1,000th, etc. Right? Now, when you have to approximate and round off a number, you should know how to round off number to a named place value, right? Such as to the nearest 1,000 or to the 10,000, blah blah blah. That is it. Now, for any number with a decimal part, the first decimal place is called the 10th. The second decimal place is called the 100th. The third decimal place is called the 1,000th. So make sure or your focus should be on what the th of that. In the next chapter or next episode, we will also be introduced to these figures. By this time, they don't have the position like the ths in that, and that will involve a positive figure, one without decimal places or decimal points in them, right? So here, focus on this particular one where we have the ths in that part of the English or the position that you have been asked to do. I hope you get the point. So we are saying that the first decimal place, instead of asking you to find correct to the first decimal place, they can simply say that correct to the 10th decimal place, the 100th decimal place, the 3rd decimal place, the 100, the 1,000 decimal place, and so on and so forth. That is, for example, for the number 987.3456, what we have is 3, right? 3 is the 10th, right? So 3 is the 10th, the first one. Now 4th, the 4 is the 100th, right? And then 5 is the 1,000th, right? So 6 will be the 10,000th. That is it. So in that order. So now that you have understood this, take a break or take a pause the video and then assimilate this information, right? The first decimal place is the 10th, the second, the 100th, the third, the 1,000th, the 4th, 10,000th, right? So that is it. Now don't confuse this when you get to the positive one where we deal with the decimal places without the ths. Now, so rounding decimal places to the nearest 10th, right, is the same as rounding numbers to the first decimal place, the dp, right? Also rounding to the nearest 100th is the same as the 2 decimal places, and so on and so forth. So for example, we have 987.3456 to the nearest one whole number. You know a whole number means a whole number does not involve any decimal in that. That's a whole number. So consider a whole number, this is the whole number. Now, if you're looking at this whole number, the last one, which is 7, if you're looking at the next one, 3, is less than 5 or equal to 5, it's less than. So we just keep this. It's as simple as that. Now, let's move to the 10th, which is the first decimal place, this one. Now, looking at this, which is 3, the next one, so you see that the same idea from the ones that we did is the same thing. So we look at the number after the decimal place that we asked to do now is 4. Now this 4, is it less than or equal to 5? It's less than 5. So what do? We just keep this. So we have 987.3. So the second decimal place, which is 4, you look at this, the next one. This one is greater or equal to 5. So what do? We add 1 to 4. So we have 997.35, right? 0.35, sorry. So where is it? Yes, 35. The 10,000th, sorry, the 1,000th, right? So the 10th, 100th, 1,000th, which is 5. So looking at the back of it, this one is greater than 5. So what do? So this one will be 6 now. So 3, 4, 6. You get a point. I hope you are getting the picture, the whole picture. So now, for instance, let's look at this particular one too here. It's like a extra example. Now, same line, the number 0.00456 to the nearest 10, the 10,000th. 10,000 would what? So we have 1, 2. So this will be 10th, 100th, 1,000th, right? So this is the point. Now look behind that number is 5. This 5, what is it? It's less than or equal to? It's equal to 5. So we just add 1 to this 4, giving us 5. So we have 0.005. You understand? The 10,000th. So once again, 10th, 100th, 1,000th, 10,000, which is the 5 one. Look behind the 5 is 6. This is greater than or equal to 5. So this will be increased. This 5 particular one will be increased to 6. So we have it here. You get a point. Very, very, very easy. Yes, very, very, very easy. So we will see in the next episode, right? I think this took only 7 minutes or so. So we look at the next episode, the last part of the rounding of numbers. Particularly, we will also move to significant figures. Don't worry, but this will be in 3 parts. The first one, this particular one, and then the last one, where we'll be introduced to what do I say? Rounding numbers to the nearest 10, the 100, the 1,000. This case, no THS among them. So meaning the number that we are going to deal with are positive whole numbers, no decimal place in them. We have to introduce them. So please like, share, and then probably, without doubt, I know a lot of students or people out there who have even completed SHS, or they want to learn for life or math improve or write some particular remedial or so. They need this. Please be kind to share, like, and then let us see hit operation 1K followers so I can start doing live, ask questions, and to make the class interactive, right? So I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.